Hey guys, it's Major Foley here, and we are up to level 5, Just Enough Rope. Now before we get into it, I would like to say, I'm sorry that I haven't been keeping up to the schedule I've been setting for myself. I was supposed to do 3 levels a week at the minimum. Real life has unfortunately gotten in the way, plus I had someone's party on Sunday, and I've been skin burnt since then, because no one apparently thought it prudent to bring sunscreen in a bloody hot country during summer. So yeah, I've been dealing with sunburn. Not painful, just more annoying itchiness, and it's really killed my drive. I've even barely streamed, to be honest, as much as I want to stream, which also leads me to another thing, guys. Please, if you do enjoy this content, while I might not be playing Age of Mythology, come drop me a follow on Twitch. I play Tarkov, I play many, many things, and they might not have to catch your eye, but some might, and if they do, come join. I'm trying to set a goal for the end of this year. I either want to get 1,000 Twitch followers, or I want to push for partner. Either way, I'd like to get one out of those two done this year, and I'd appreciate your help. So, with that out of the way, let's get into Just Enough Rope. We are going to help Ajax after the Trojans have counterattacked. Like a fine plan, they are aggressive, but not to the degree of a fine plan. However, they will build forward fortifications like stables and fortresses near your base. Now, we do start in the Heroic Age, but we will be concentrating at least early on myth units. After that, we can transition into human soldiers and Petroboli, and we're especially going to need Petroboli because we're going to destroy walls, towers, and buildings, and they constantly stream units like they did in a fine plan. So, without further ado, let's move in.
Send word to Ajax. The gate is down. We must move.
Sir, the Trojans are attacking the camp. Ajax is surrounded.
What? Odysseus, we must rescue them.
I reckon Ajax could have held on to it until, the reinforcements came. Alright. So quickly set your control groups and rush to help Ajax.
We'll have to abandon the gate. We have no choice. We must rescue Ajax.
Keep your Hippocon away from the Prodromos. They are cavalry, counter-cavalry. So you want your hoplites to deal with those.
I need some help over
Relax, we're here. Sometimes if you're lucky, you can save one of Ajax's troops. If you're unlucky, like I was there, you'll lose about 1 or 2 of your own. But you always have a big enough force to deal with this, so. Alright, head to the west.
Let's regroup at your camp, Ajax.
So we can regroup at Ajax's base, like it was mentioned. And I'm going to try something a little different than I normally do. I'm going to use all the pigs right away, instead of saving them for later when they get fattened up. Now, we are going to be walling in this level again. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to mention, if you press tab, an overlay of the map comes up. It's not really that useful to me, personally. Alright, so get all the pigs, bring them to the granary, get husbandry if you can afford it. If you can't, get hand axe first, keep training villages. Get one of your villages that is on gold and build a wall down here. They will build stables around here. You can honestly ignore them at times, but if you feel comfortable, you can get rid of them. Feel free. Troy will attack, like shown here. They will also periodically send a Hippocon scout. And that scout will normally just scout around. They won't attack any of your troops, so you can ignore it. You can also get your towers upgraded and get crenellations, and eventually that scout will die. So that's another thing you can do. See, there it is. That's the one that's scouting around. Alright. So we are going to get some wood gatherers because we need a lot of wood. But we also need some food, so I'll actually use these 2 to go on the pigs for now. So we also start with a market, as well as a allied town center we can send the donkeys to, which is good. There's also one relic we can take advantage of that we can grab down here. Speaking of that, why are my pigs there? Bring them down here. And we want to wall off this section here because Troy will actually try to take this gold, and we don't want Troy to have that gold. It's our gold. If your units are unaggressive, make sure you keep them in line. See, as you can see, they tried to attack there. I need to get that temple up pretty soon. I can't even afford the temple right now because I've been walling off the sections. So let's get this wall up. Yeah, it's a little slow going at the start, but we've got tents, so you don't have to worry about population. At least early on. They will target the tents at some point, so be prepared for that. The cavalry go for the archers, and the hoplites go for the cavalry. Ajax can just, like a horse, bash them away. Odysseus does not have any special abilities. He just attacks. He's no Chiron, in other words. Who we'll be seeing later. Where is Odysseus gone? Oh, that's right. I sent him down here to get a relic. Just put them more on food. So the good news is we've got to have, when we have to transition to farms, we have a lot of it. But there's also some wild animals we can take advantage of. So we are going to try and get Hydra over Minotaur because we're already in the heroic age. So that means a lot more food and a lot of favor. But again, we do want to get other resources so we can transition to human soldiers later. You can train military troops like archers and more hoplites. Nothing wrong with that if you choose to do that. And I might even do that in the gold edition version of this level. We'll see how we go. But they won't build fortresses and such till later. Like probably 15 minutes later, so we should be alright. Alright. I want to get about 15 on food. We got more than enough wood to do so. I'm going to get the upgrade because... Actually, we'll cancel the upgrade now until we get a villager, which we do. Now we get the upgrade. Yeah, they keep sending troops. If you think you're going to lose the fight, do cast a restoration to keep the troops alive. Remember, in combat they recharge slower in health, but it's still pretty fast to keep them alive, so it's worth using as far as I'm concerned. And realistically, your heroes will be able to hold them off for a fight if you need to train some other unit. Alright, well, while they're using all the pigs, let's get started on the farms too. We are, of course, under Zeus again, so we get faster favor generation. Get Bacchanalia, and it helps all your units get HP by a small amount. Any HP is good HP. You can also use the market to trade for stuff when needed. I will probably get an early barracks, though, just in case. I could have gone for the deer before using the pigs, but doesn't matter too much in the long run, except for the fattening. Like, they fatten up to like 300 or 400 food, I believe. I don't remember the exact amount. I think it's 400 with pigs. Get the upgrades kicking in. We'll get a few more hoplites just to keep a bit more of an army up and running. It's just about building up your economy. See, they're not as aggressive as in the Fine Plan, so once you've held off the initial attacks, you should be swell. What relic was that? Improves the movement speed of villages. That's always good, especially if you're farming. Like, they'll move to the next spot quicker. Alright, we can get our first Hydra very soon. Just need to save up some food. Alright. Now these guys are sick because of the amount of health they've got and the fact that they can grow heads, which multiplies their damage pretty much. Yep. See? Wall stopped the villagers from just building what they needed. You can get some farms from Troy, so you can save on wood, but I'd rather not have to defend more fronts than necessary. Now some people say, well, I mean, for the wood you save, you can use like archers and stuff, and you can put them on this, but you've still got to build the economy up. Ah, here's the patrol eye. So get rid of them. Don't let them attack your tents. And your towers on top of that. Ooh, pestilence. Forgot that they cast that. So Pestilence stops you from training any military units, as long as it's active. Now, you can get around it by just, you know, building another building, as an example. It's not going to matter too much at this point. We got our food economy kicking in. So a god power is preventing you from training military units. Same thing. So you just have to wait. But you can have a unit in the queue and it'll immediately pop out once Pestilence is gone. So now once we've got a few Hydra, we're going to take the hill. I will upgrade the watchtowers because I want to get crenellations because that'll help our fortress we plan on building up there. Let's get the bowsaw upgrade. Ignore the scout. So we got one double-headed Hydra. I must have more food. And more wood, actually. Because I need to get that fortress up pretty soon. So let's get that... you know what? We're going to wait a little bit longer. Because as much as I want that fortress, it's better to have a mass as you do it. And this is a level I would also probably recommend going to the 4th age. Just so your patrol eye can be stronger against walls and towers. Specifically walls, though. Because that advantage is pretty huge. But you do need to be in the 4th age for it. So... with the amount of food we've got, we can get a Hydra, a Hoplite, and villagers just constantly training, which is pretty good. We could also get Hipparchists, or how do you pronounce the damn word? I really need to learn how to pronounce that freaking word. And we can just have counter infantry, but they also have archers, which you've seen, so it's not really good to have those to kill the Hoplites, but not against the archers. They shouldn't attack the wall. Yeah, and they'll come up the fortress now. They'll come up here, and we should have more than enough to deal with them. So we're going to bring these two up to build our fortress that we want. Now that we've got a big, sufficient enough mass. We're also going to bring these two up to help, because we want to build it as quickly as we can. Keep it at the back. Now you can also wall off this passage now, if you so choose. Have Ajax and Arcantos attack the archers. Love how the archers are just focused on Odysseus. I will take that, because he'll at least regenerate his health. Whereas killing hoplites is annoying, and I have to keep retraining them. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have to really worry about the other food. Let's get some more on wood, and now we need to get some more on gold. Remember, we haven't even built our houses yet. We're just relying on tents. So we're going to start building some houses now. So we don't get some pop blocked. And we are going to go to the 4th age, I think, to deal with this. Don't send your troops to the wall, because otherwise you'll be dealing with endless amounts of troops. And you don't want to deal with that right now. So we're going to ease up on the hoplite training for now. Because we want to get our economy upgrades and get them kicking in. I think they sometimes do attack from this direction. I haven't seen it happen often, but if you are worried about attacks like that, build another wall. See, now the villagers are coming to either build stables or the fortress. And we got more than enough to hold them off. Although, we might have to go to the wall towards the wall for the patrol eye, which is not what I'm looking forward to. Look at that 5-headed beauty. Send our heroes for it.
A hero has fallen.
Alright, get the last economy upgrade. So yeah, we don't want to lose our fortress. So if you think the fortress needs repairing, don't be afraid to send villagers off task to do so.
This is Troy's main forward base. We'll need siege or heavy myth units from Zeus.
Now let's see if they did build any stables. They're trying.
They may try to build stables close to the front.
No, they haven't built any, but they do have Hippic in there. Get a few more houses. That gold mine's about to run out too. So again, the downside to most myth units, at least the Greek ones, is that they're heavy and they move slow. But they are pretty bloody powerful for what they do. We'll get draft weapon. Actually, we'll wait with draft weapon horses. I want to tech up first. Watch that fortress just melt him. Alright. So we're going to hold on villager training for now, because we have enough gold, we just need enough food. We'll cancel that Hydra for now too. You can also go from Hydra to Colossus. They're siege and very hard to kill myth units if they don't have heroes, and Troy doesn't. But they are expensive at, like, I think 40 favor and 300 gold. Although I think in extended edition they've reduced the favor cost down to 25. Which in gold edition you will not see because it's on a separate game, of course. Alright, so we're going to retrain the hoplites. We're going to get a couple more barracks up here, actually. Get rid of the hoplite training and get this upgrade. I take that back. Which is increases the training speed of your infantry. We're also going to get an armory, because we're going to get the Forge of Olympus upgrade, which makes all the armory upgrades very cheap. We want to fight under our fortress. Can have used, of course, use a bolt guard power, stop siege units. We better get more troops up there after all. How long till the barracks is done? The Hydras will take care of it, but they really want that stable up. Alright, after you've done that, you might need to repair that fortress, my friend. We got some idlers. Let's get some gold over here. Bloody hell, get off my goddamn fortress. We'll get draft horses while we're here too. Getting too close to the wall. I don't want to be this close. We also get the Plenty Vault after we go into Hephaestus, which gives us a trickle of every resource, which is nice. Get a few donkeys if you want. Forge of Olympus is going to cost a bit, so we need to get more on favor generation. So we'll get a few more there. Now, we can get Myrmidon, but they're not good against Greek troops. They're only good against every other faction, so it's not really worth going for that.
A hero has fallen.
Get signal flares, just for the range, for our buildings. Now they're trying to train Peltus too, I think, as well as Doxate. Alright, so need to get our last food upgrade. And I need to stop the Hydra training to get the favor I need from the Forge of Olympus. In the meantime, while we wait for that, we're going to get a couple of Petrobolos
A hero has fallen.
to destroy the wall. We will also get more donkey caravans,
A hero has fallen.
but for more gold. You can also use your Petrobolo to attack theirs. You notice how theirs looks different? It's because they've got Engineers upgrade, which means theirs is actually more deadly until we get ours up. So that they have like the extra range, the extra damage,
A hero has fallen.
things like that that you have to worry about. I think with this mass we can attack the wall at least too, so I'm going to do that. I want to get champion infantry too, but I need some more food. Alright, now we've got enough for the Forge of Olympus, so let's research that. And then we're going to switch some more onto gold and some more onto food. Guys, please. We'll get the engineers upgrade when we can afford it. Guys, come on. Over there. Let's go.
A hero has fallen.
Destroy every military building you come across. That is your main objective. And it'll also slow down Troy's army that you're going to be contending with. Alright, now with the Forge of Olympus upgrade, we can just crank the upgrades. So as you can see, we don't really want to fight under the town center. We also got bronze, so we kind of do want to get a mass before we cast it. I want to get them champion too. Come on, guys. Pray faster.
Hero has fallen.
I've got so much wood. If you got one of too much resource, sell it and just get something else. I know Colossus is still 40 in this one. I think it's in the Titans campaign, or if you play skirmish. So I forgot they have the original campaign and the Titans campaign plus the multiplayer stuff on separate files for balancing.
A hero has fallen.
So that shouldn't affect it too much, hopefully, when we get to the Titans. Because I don't think you can actually train Colossi in the Titans campaign. You don't ever play Greeks. We'll get one Colossus. We'll get engineers. And we're going to cast bronze now, just because we've got a lot of decent sized amount of troops. Focus on the military units and get in there. Alright, that slows the infantry down. Now we'll get rid of that town center. More upgrades. Just want more, as much as we can. We might as well get some more hoplites from the third barracks. Alright, now we've got engineers. Our Petroboli are going to do much more damage against buildings. Because they're on the Poseidon too, they get militia every time their buildings are destroyed, so be aware of that. Something I should have mentioned earlier. Completely slipped my mind. Right, now we don't have a huge tanking units in terms of myth. We only have one Colossus. But we have more than enough in mass to deal with it, so...
A hero has fallen.
You can see the villagers still trying to go place barracks and stuff, or stables at the front. Alright, so our next target should be the archery range. So they stop getting Toxite against our hoplites. So we'll target that down next. Just keep sending your troops in, and keep waypointing forward when you've taken new ground. So they immediately join the fight. Nice. And that is pretty much it for this one.
A hero has fallen.
Nothing more to say, really. Once all the military buildings are dead, including the temple, you win. You could also, if you want to get all your armory upgrades faster, you can build a few more armories. So you can just have one doing like one line of attack, one doing the line of the shields, one doing the line of the plate bodies and things like that. So once you've got more than enough of mass, especially when you're on champions, just attack the buildings and you're set. You can see,
A hero has fallen.
taking care of them just fine. No, I don't really need the archers. Once the temple's dead, we win. Not bad, 22 minutes. That is it. So when we do the gold edition, we'll just try human soldiers instead of myth units, see how we go. Although I have a feeling it's going to suffer more than the gold edition.
We've regained control here, Ajax. Let's rally the men and resume the attack on Troy.
Arkantos, Ajax, Agamemnon has been attacked.
The Trojans must have hit Agamemnon while we were fighting here.
Pull the men back. We'll meet at the main base camp and see how bad it is.
Troy smart. They certainly are. So join me next time for the gold edition part. And, of course, join me next time for I Hope This Works. A very short level, really, but fun nonetheless. Catch you guys later.